Hi, it's New Year's Eve, and I just wanted to check in quickly. Um, and I've been doing this challenge, this DoorDash challenge. Happy New Year's to you too, Stephanie. Welcome. Um, nice. Thanks for joining the live. Welcome. So yeah, Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's Eve. Happy last day of 2023. Um, I've been I'm pretty tired. I've been uh, doing this DoorDash challenge, and yay, yeah, you did, Shiloh, excellent. Welcome to the live. Nice to have you here. If you don't mind hitting that thumbs up button on your way in, Happy New Year's. Scott, welcome. Happy New Year's. Yeah, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up button on your way in, that would be awesome. I have a new camera angle here. So this is kind of like my couch living room area. Hi Karen, Happy New Year. Yeah, last day of 2023. Hi Rob. It's New Year's here in Oz, nice. Yeah, so I think because of the way the time zones are, it's already, so happy 2024 to the people. All right, NYC, welcome, hello. Stephanie, you found me a week ago, and I'm goals. Oh, thank you. Looking to live out of your car because hardship. I learned how to scroll, so hi Danielle. Good to see you too. Welcome to the live. Well, I'm so glad, Stephanie. I'm really glad that I can help. And the live is a great time to ask questions. If you guys have questions about, hi Richard, Happy New Year's Eve. Hi Kathy, hi Valerie, excellent. Hi Francis Marion from South Carolina. Nice to see everybody. Hi, way out of line, back from your test run. What was your test run with again? Oh, yes, that's right. Hi, Trish. I'm glad you enjoy the channel. Welcome. Welcome to the live. We're just gonna hang out for a little bit. Hey, Ms. J. Feliz Nuevo Año. Happy New Year. Yes, Happy New Year to you too. And Richard, I have not gotten my new tattoo yet. That comes at the end of the challenge. And I don't have any appointments. It's kind of hard because I want to find somewhere I can just walk in, but you know, it's hard to tell off just like the art on the website, but it's a pretty simple design, I don't think. How long have I been living the van life? Well, somebody asked this the last live. I'll come back to that. Your wife and 2 kids plan to make an overnight trip in the 4Runner. You did a test run in your driveway. Excellent. Oh, I'm so glad to hear it went well. You packed your car yesterday. I was the one who mentioned doing DoorDash. Yes. You're eager to leave after, yeah. I am still in Atlanta. Yep, I'm enjoying my time in Atlanta. What I've found about Atlanta is that there are, you know, there's a big variety. There's a city, there's like some more suburb areas. I found a couple nice parks, but mostly I've been DoorDashing. So it's kind of like where DoorDash takes me. I'm really taking this DoorDash quest seriously. Oh, thank you, Danielle. You love watching me cook. Yeah. So technically I'm not in a van, this is an SUV, but yeah, it's all similar, it's vehicle life. So yeah, and thanks, I'm glad that you enjoy me cooking. I haven't done much cooking. This morning what I've had, I ate one of those coleslaw packages, like where you can buy like the salads in a bag. And I think it was like bacon ranch. And I just threw that together and ate that on the go. So that wasn't really cooking. And I did vlog day 3 and day 4, and today's day 5 of the challenge. I haven't done much vlogging. I just haven't had time to edit it. So I did want to like post every day of my DoorDash challenge, but I'm exhausted. I didn't change my car. I'm just in a different angle. So, I mean, it's like that. That's the back. I took the Christmas tree down, so I'm excited. I'm freshening up the decor, and I'm gonna wait until I've got it all like situated, but I'll show you this corner where the Christmas tree was. I've taken that down, and I just love like decorating and stuff, so it's really fun. And but I'm gonna wait until I'm finished with that to show it off. So I actually like this. That you guys are on my shelf. I have that shelf with the sheepskin fur on it, and that's where I have the tripod with the camera set up. And this actually is a pretty good angle, like for future. The variety, the cooking in the car is amazing. The variety that I do. Hi, Em. Welcome. You got polenta. I love polenta. Yes. Yep, polenta with fried eggs. Yeah, I think that was from Trader Joe's, but I've seen it other places. It's like a tube and you can just slice it and it keeps really well. It doesn't have to be refrigerated. It's shelf stable and it's gluten-free and you can just slice it up. Hi, Marianne. Welcome. Welcome to the live. And I love it just like fried in a little bit of butter. Yeah, with an egg or salsa. Yeah, I'm glad you're having fun with trying out some of the recipes that I'm doing. Somebody asked how long have I been doing van life for, and oh yeah, you're right. Well, the good news is I'm saving the Christmas tree. Hey, Crazy Callie Prepper, welcome to the channel. I just saw your comment that you just joined the channel. Welcome. Hi, Pink Banjo. Good to see you too. Thanks for joining the live. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my Christmas tree. I'll keep that every year. So I did take it down, but I still have it. Yeah, I was just ready to kind of freshen up. You got an air fryer, nice. Oh, that's fun. I've been around somebody that cooked in an air fryer. Ellie, that's right. Yes. Hi, Ellie. Welcome. I've never tried cooking with an air fryer, so have fun with that and let me know. I'm curious how that works out. I think you can use it as a dehydrator too, which I would love to get a dehydrator someday and make like dehydrated apples and pears and peaches and strawberries and just other stuff, mushrooms, just because I could keep those in the car to cook with. And yeah. So how long have I been doing van life? I did a trial run. So it's coming up on a year of like when I started kind of easing into it. So I've been in this car since August, full time. And before that I was in a Toyota Corolla, and some of that was full-time and some of it was part-time as I was transitioning. And before the Toyota Corolla, I had a Dodge van, and that I had an apartment when I had my Dodge van, but I was converting it and I would take it on the weekends out to like the forest and campgrounds. And I took it on a couple road trips, like week-long or 10 days road trips. How is my products page going? I haven't checked in with it recently. So yeah, I hope it's going well. I meant to look at it earlier, but I've just been door dashing. I've really been doing a lot of door dashing and editing, but the last 2 days I haven't done any. I tried to do some this morning and I got overwhelmed and I just started door dashing. I used to, I mean, I guess I still do, but I used to support, I used to I do full-time DoorDash. My bills aren't as high because I've reduced them and I'm traveling. And then I worked at the farm for a while. And this summer I had a serving job in Washington. So, but before I had that serving job, I was doing full-time DoorDash to cover rent and my bills. And so making $1,000, I used to try to make that every week, and I just haven't done it in a while. And it's different traveling. And when I was full-time door dashing, I was still in the apartment, and so it's different. It's a different balance of like full-time door dashing, full-time car life, and also vlogging it. It's a lot, but I enjoy it. It's fun, and if I can keep up with the door dashing, that's where I'll be able to save money. So I'm trying to get some bills paid, and I'm also trying to prove to myself that I can do it, that I can just like put the head to the grindstone, whatever the phrase is, and just like do it, nose to the grindstone. So yeah, I don't know if you guys are interested in my numbers yet. I wrote them down because they're on my phone. I use everything from my phone. So Oh yeah, my New Year's resolutions for 2024. Um, Scott, indeed, I know the feeling since I run your author business. Oh wow. A lot of writing, DoorDash, social marketing. Yeah. Um, oh, that's cool. I didn't, you're an author. That's awesome. I'm curious, what do you write? Your author business on the side. Um, Thank you. Was that Richard? Yes, thank you. I'm doing it. I'm doing my best to keep doing it. I'm getting tired. This is day 5. I'll come back to the New Year's resolution question in just a minute. So far, I've made $563, so I'm more than halfway there. And I'm anticipating that when I get off the live, I'm going to go back in DoorDash for another 4 or 5 hours, and I'm anticipating that it'll be a good night, New Year's Eve, you know, like that there should be so a lot of orders coming in, and also tomorrow, New Year's Day. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. So I'm doing it, guys. I'm doing it. And I said this in a video on day 3, but I just haven't edited that video, and I'm hoping to get to it and put it out. I just don't know when. And I don't know if I'm gonna like compile a bunch of the days, but in that video I was door dashing, and the comments, you guys, the encouraging comments kept like popping up while I was driving around, and I couldn't respond to them, but I'm so appreciative. I was just felt so encouraged while I was driving around. So thank you for the encouragement and all the nice comments and the support. It really means a lot. It's awesome. Even though I wasn't able to respond the way I normally like to, I really appreciate just all the encouragement, and I'm doing it. So I gave myself 10 days to make $1,000. I'm hoping to make, I don't know, maybe $70 to $100 tonight, and then tomorrow, maybe 100 to 150, and then that's gonna, you know, and then I'll have 4 days. It's probably gonna be slow, middle of the week, but I think I can do it. I think I'm on target to make the $1,000. So yeah, thank you for the encouragement. After 8 years, you have tons of stories on Amazon. Oh, that's cool. Do you have a pen name, or is this your name? Like if I looked you up, it's Scott Kujawa. Traditional romance, fantasy series, and a bunch of other genres, but they're all lesbian sapphic stories. Okay, so do you have a pen name? Or like, yeah, I'd be curious to look up your, that's cool that you're selling them on Amazon. How do you get the feel for safe areas when door dashing in new cities? So, okay, same name. All right, Scott, cool. I'll check that out. So I just go where DoorDash sends me. I go with my intuition, and I don't really worry too much about like what's a safe area or not. I go with my intuition. Most of the time, I've mostly felt safe. So I was door dashing until about 10:30 last night, and I've been getting a lot of alcohol deliveries, which is kind of interesting because I'm sober. But they're pretty easy, but you scan somebody's ID when you drop it off, and so it requires that, like an ID check, and there's an additional process, and it's not just like leave on the door and take a picture. You have to like interact with the customer, and they've been going really well, and I've been getting some really good tips, which I'm very grateful for. But I was dashing a long time yesterday, and it was about 10:30 at night, and it was there was a liquor store I went to, and it was like right next to a strip club, and it was, I don't know, I just was like, my intuition, no, I don't know. That's when it wasn't that I felt unsafe. I just was like, I just think I've hit my limit. So I don't know. I guess I don't know exactly how to answer that question. I go with my intuition, and DoorDash just takes you where it takes you. I think on the last or one of the lives recently, there was one time where I looked at the map and it was daytime, and this was in Washington, and it was just the drop off was like way out there. I could see on the map that the house was like at the end of a really long road, and I don't know. I accepted the order, and then I looked at where it was going, and I my gut was like said no, so I actually canceled that order. I just go with my intuition as much as possible. So hopefully that answers that question. But I've had great experiences door dashing, and in all kinds of settings, rural settings, city settings, all over the country. And it's been overwhelmingly positive. And yeah, there's some places in Rochester, New York, where you live that you won't go when getting orders. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I just if for me it's more about like a monetary goal, and it's like I want to make this much, and if it's an order and it's in that ratio of, I try to look at the mileage, like say it's going 5 miles, I want it to pay at least $7.50. So it's like a 1.5 ratio. And as long as it's within that ratio, I'm gonna do it. But I try not to dash at nighttime. I just don't like driving at night. I do have my new distance glasses. So these actually are specific for driving, and they've helped a lot, especially driving at night. So that kind of opens up nighttime delivery. So yeah, but that's another way that I guess I keep myself feeling safe, is to DoorDash mostly during daylight hours if I can. When I was full-time DoorDashing in Washington, I would go during the day. I'd go from like 7:30 till about 5 at night every day, like 7 days a week. I'm missing a lot of comments, so I'm sorry if I'm missing. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Kathy. Great job with DoorDashing. Will I travel around again 2024 or stay longer in one place? I'm just having fun going with the flow. I honestly don't know. I mean, I feel like I've been waiting for this time where I have the freedom to go with my heart and just the weather and things I want to see. I have that freedom right now, and I didn't always, so that's something new. And so I don't know. I don't know. I didn't plan to even come to Atlanta, and I didn't expect to, spend a chunk of time here. I'm just enjoying it. And, it just so happened that I had to make some money for my bills that are coming up in the beginning of the month. And so I was like, well, this is as good a place as any. And I looked up like top cities in the US to DoorDash. You can look up, I've Googled that before, and Atlanta was on the top 10. So I thought, why not? So not yesterday, but the day before, it was Friday, and it was very slow, and I got discouraged. So I think that's one reason like I stopped vlogging, because Friday I went online and it was just very slow. And so then I went offline, got some other things done, went back online. Again, it was very slow. And it wasn't until about 4 or 4:30 that it started to pick up, and I made $49, and that's really low for a Friday. And I got discouraged. But then yesterday I made $176. So I went more in like the downtown area, and that I think probably helped. But it varies, because I know like in Seattle, sometimes the suburbs of Seattle, you can make more doing DoorDash than like actually downtown Seattle. So it's just learning an area and trying stuff out. So let's see. Will I stay around? Okay, yeah. Velverlin, I love your name. Velverlin Jones. Hello, I noticed after each of your dashes, you immediately get another trip. Mine roam at least 15 minutes or more. I wanted to know if you think that DoorDash is blocking. Yeah, so I've had that happen to me before. I know that there's a lot of like different opinions about acceptance rate. For me, I like to keep my acceptance rate up, but I think like Friday when I only made $49, I declined a lot of orders. At first because I was noticing there were a lot of alcohol orders and I just didn't want to deal with like the scanning the ID and all that. So I would decline those, and there were a lot of low paying orders, like $2 something, like $2 and some change. And it was only going like a mile, under 2 miles. So, technically that's in the ratio, but to go to a store, pick something up, wait, then drop it off for $2, I'm not going to do that. So I declined, and my acceptance rate went down to 66%, which that's low for me. And I know everybody has like a different way that they do that, but that's a low number for me. And I think that had to do with it. Yesterday when I went online, I said, DoorDash, like they could hear me, but I think they did. I said, DoorDash, I'm going to take whatever you give me. I'll just take whatever because I want to get my acceptance rate back up. I like having Top Dasher because that means you can dash anytime. As long as you're in an area where they do deliveries, you can go online anytime. I like the flexibility of that rather than having to schedule a dash and sign up for a dash. And in order to keep that Top Dasher month to month, I have to do at least 100 deliveries, and the acceptance rate, my ratings have to be at a certain level. So I wanted to maintain that. So yesterday I said, you know what, I'm just going to accept whatever, even if it's $2. Like, I'm dedicating my day to driving and to getting my numbers up so that come January 1st, I have my Top Dasher status. And I did, and I noticed that as I was accepting orders, like in the morning, the ones that I normally might have declined, they kept giving me better and better orders. And so my acceptance rate now is 72%. So that's kind of how long it took to climb up. And then last night I was ready, I was done, I was getting tired, and I went offline, but as I was going to press the button, they popped in one more order, and I declined that. I was like, I don't have it in me to do another order. So, I did decline that. And I think today I declined one order. And I don't remember why. I just think that the ratio was not great. And yeah, so you could try that. I don't know what, also the other thing that I do is just, dinner time. It tends to be busier. So I go online during times I know that it'll be busy. Like the weekends can be kind of consistent all day. So that helps to get more orders, is just knowing like the time and the area. So let's see. Yeah. Where do I park to sleep? So where do I park to sleep? I park a lot of different places. So if I'm door dashing, sometimes I'll end up in an area and I'll just look around. Like while I'm door dashing, I'm looking at different areas, whether it's like street parking, whether it's usually it's street parking. I'm like, ooh, this is it feels safe, and it's street parking and I could park here. I'll stay at hotels once in a while. And sometimes I'll stay in rest areas. Let's see what else. So if it's a good street parking area, that's kind of like my preferred. And if it's a good street parking area, I'll screenshot on a map where I am so that I can find myself again, like find my way back there. Or if it's like I'm done with the dash, I'll just go offline. So, and then campgrounds. I love campgrounds, but there are some free campgrounds, national forests, things like that. But there are also kind of more expensive campgrounds. So the one that I stayed at most recently, I did a video of it, and it was $49, which is a little more than I like to spend, but it had an amazing shower, it had laundry facilities, and I was able to like reorganize the car. So it was worth it to me to do that. I took a shower yesterday and it was at the Y, and normally the Y, it's like, sometimes they even have a free shower program, or It'll be like $10 or $12 for a day pass. This Y pass was $25, so that was a big hit. But their bathroom and their shower area was amazing, and they had lots of hot water, so it was worth it to me. um, yeah, so that's kind of where I work. I'll also look up like by state. Different states have different laws about how long you can sleep in your car at a rest area, and that to me kind of gives a gauge of how friendly a state is to vehicle dwelling. So like Georgia, for instance, you can stay at the rest areas for 24 hours. So that's amazing. In theory, you could go from rest area to rest area and spend 24 hours there. So I've spent a couple nights at a rest area in Georgia, but not so much. I mean, I'm kind of in Atlanta, so. I haven't used the iOverlander app. It helps with finding places. Yeah. I haven't. I mean, I did when I was in Washington, I looked at it, just as I was curious, even though I kind of had my set places where I stayed. I was curious to see what, like, if where I stayed was on the iOverlander app. But I don't have a ton of storage on my phone, and I do a lot, like photos take up like the most part, because then I do vlogging. So anytime I'm kind of selective about my apps if I don't use them a lot. But I've heard good things about that app, and if I had more storage on my phone, I would love to add it and check it out. Yeah. And then so Stephanie, you asked what led me to van life. So that's there's I think 2 lives ago I get into it a little bit, and I'm not gonna get quite, well, we'll see, but basically I wanted a way to reduce my monthly bills quite a bit. So I was teaching. I used to be a teacher. I mean, okay, it depends what you define as teacher. But technically, I think that we're all teaching in some way every time that we share or inspire, or, you know. But I used to work for a school district, and I taught kindergarten and preschool, and then I coached kindergarten teachers. And so it was during summer break. It was not a time where it was the school year. There wasn't in a classroom setting or anything, but there was something that happened due to my lack of sobriety. And I don't have that job anymore. Technically I resigned, but that situation, everything was dismissed, but it just, it's kind of limited some of my options moving forward with employment. And so that was in 2019 that happened. And when all that happened, it was a lot. I learned a lot from that. That was like, oh, what do I like to read? Yeah, so that during that time I made a plan. And I thought, you know, if I'm not ever able to make the salary that I was making when I was teaching, how can I still accumulate savings? How can I get, you know, on top of, you know, things financially? And I realized that vehicle dwelling was like not having rent, like not having the cost of housing. So the reason I didn't jump right into it then, although I used a stimulus check to get my van, and then I converted it with my tax return from that year. But I have an 18-year-old son, and I wanted to, you know, keep the apartment until he was done with high school. So so for the last few years I was, you know, it was tight. It was really tight. But we did it. And now I don't have that responsibility of rent. And so that's kind of my plan. And I want to use the money that I would be spending on rent to, you know, save up and to buy land and a tiny home with cash, just to avoid getting in debt and paying interest. And You know, there's setbacks along the way, like my Toyota Corolla, the engine blew, and so what I thought I would have in savings, I put towards this car. But I love this car, and I love it, and so that's kind of been a cool upgrade that I wasn't going to spend the money on, but it actually has turned out to be good. Um, and yeah, then there was a timing belt that I put in this. There was some big kind of car repair stuff, so that's life stuff, but I'm working my plan. And yeah, that's kind of why I do vehicle dwelling. In the past, when I was like 20, I lived in my van because I had 2 dogs and it was hard to find a room to rent. I didn't at that time couldn't afford like my own place, and I had 2 dogs and it was really hard to find a room to rent that with 2 dogs, you know, people, and they were like big dogs, and so a lot of people didn't want to rent once they heard I had the dogs. So I bought a van and lived in that for 6 months. So that's another reason I did van life, just because I guess it all comes down to just like lack of affordable housing, really. And this is an alternative, but actually I like it now. I like the ability to be nomadic and kind of travel to different areas. So there's that too, in the adventure of it, and having my home like with me. It's like having a backpack or something. And it's actually also my way of getting from point A to point B. So there's that too. But what do I like to read? This says Trish. This is Trish. What do I like to read? I've been having a hard time. I keep starting books and not finishing them. And so it's been a while since I've read something. What's currently on my shelf? So there was this book. This is a book I remember. It was like the Scholastic Book Club as a kid, and it's about the island Assateague and the wild horses. And so I actually got this book to read while I was there, and I didn't film it because, hi, Mellow Nomadic Adventures, Happy New Year. Yeah. I didn't film it because when I went to their website, they had specifically on the website that they didn't want like to have their film, you know, to photos or videos. There was a little bit about that, and I just didn't want to risk you know, I didn't want to risk it. So, and then let's see, there's some other ones. This is a book, I haven't started it. It's about fear. He is a Buddhist monk, and he wrote Peace is Every Step, and I read that a long time ago, like around 20. So I saw this when I was getting this. I saw this, so I bought this, and I haven't read it yet. But and here's one that I've had for a while that I haven't gotten into. It's about this guy that goes into Alaska and builds a cabin. Hey, Sage, hi. And he just lives off the land in Alaska. And there's some other books that I read too. And yeah, that's yeah. That's kind of like my light for fun reading, and then I have things that I read kind of as well. But let's see. Shiloh said we wanted to do the tiny home route, but found it very difficult to find areas that allowed it. It was super frustrating. It's not doable for us anymore, but I hope things change when you're ready. Thank you. Yeah, that's tricky. So that place I went to, Incredible Tiny Homes, they have lots there. They're called like the Grove and the Mountain and just different places, and they charge I haven't watched their videos in a while, but when I was like following their channel pretty closely, it was $200 a month for the lot, and you just lease the lot. And so you could like buy a home and own the home, but then lease the lot. And that's a really good deal. When I looked into other tiny home communities or like RV parks, it's always, I mean, at least $600 is what I've seen. So I know that it varies depending on the regulations and the laws. I know in Tacoma, Washington, you can park on the street for 6 months, and that you just have to move. And so, like, if somebody has a house, you can park. And I don't know if there's regulations about like how big of like an RV or a tiny home, because technically a tiny home on wheels is an RV. So it falls under recreational use laws. And so, like, when looking at different lots of land, some are, some of the codes, they're like coded for recreational use. So that's something that you could put an RV on. But then they sometimes say there's limits, like camping limit. So yeah, it's a lot to figure out. And so, yeah, and I think the laws are changing all the time because a lot more people are getting into tiny home living, and it's changing all the time. So when the time comes, I don't know what the laws will be. And I know that you can have a tiny home if there's a sticks and bricks attached to sewage and all that, then you can have a tiny home. And yeah, you might just have to move it every 6 months, like move it on the same property. But just raw land, I know that there are limitations about putting a tiny home, which doesn't make sense to me. Like, if you purchase land that you wouldn't be able to live how you wanted to on that, it doesn't make sense. But yeah, so I understand that that's a loophole to figure out. Yeah. I made a plan after that area in your life, and that's so cool. Thank you, Lee. Yeah, I mean, I felt really discouraged, and but it was like it shook me awake of just like, what do I want to do? What do I really want to do with my life? And I've always just wanted to. I love nature. It's like my safe place, my comfort zone where I feel most alive is outside, where I see the sky more than a ceiling. I've always been that way, and there's times where I've not lived like I've lived indoors a lot of my life, and they're not, there might be fun times of life, but where I feel most content is when the sky's over my head. And so that's what it brought me back to that, and how and thinking, how am I going to get there, considering that, due to like that situation. I think the next loophole is to kind of just, it was dismissed, and to get it totally, cleared or sealed, or there's different options. But moving forward, how am I going to achieve my dreams in light of that? Step one was sobriety. And I've talked about that before on this channel, that I think that it's really easy when we're feeling a lot of pain to turn to substances. I mean, and it could be sugar, it could be anything, alcohol, drugs, like it's just, but it's a way to avoid sitting with the pain, because pain is painful. And so that was the first thing, of just really slowing down enough to get in touch with the parts of myself that were in pain, and to choose sobriety and moving forward through that. That was and then managing my money better, because I used to make quite a bit of money, but I was not good at managing money. I just never, money isn't really, it never had a lot of importance to me. And so it was like, like, sure, here, like, but what I realize is it's a tool to be able to achieve dreams, so that I have to learn how to manage it, because it's a tool that's going to make, open up accessibility to certain things that I want to do. So that was another thing, was the managing my money. So choosing sobriety and figuring out how to manage my money. And those were the two really big things. Once I knew, okay, that's where I want to go, that is what kind of keeps me motivated to step by step working towards that goal. And I can see it. I feel like I can see it on the horizon now. I mean, going to see those tiny homes was cool, but I was like, I love my house. Like, I mean, I love this space that I have already, and it has, so much to offer. So that was kind of neat to see. And I have, in a sense, I mean, I can go to national parks, and I can live outside with the sky over my head like I want to. I would love to have a garden, and I'd love to build a bathhouse with like a sauna and a steam room, like a cedar bathhouse, and put a wood stove in it, because then you can put water on the wood stove and it creates steam. And I'd like to have a clawfoot tub. So the bathhouse is something that, you know, so there are things I'd like to do, but it's down the road. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Stephanie. Yeah. Yes, she said, thank you for sharing. Or Stephanie, yeah. Hi, Sage. Again, I think I said hi to you, but hello again. Hi, Dawn. Welcome. There are some long-term visitor areas in Quartzsite that's super cheap, like 180 for 7 to 8. Oh, that's cool to know. I didn't know that. Yeah. And there's like BLM land. And so if I had a tiny home that I could pull with this car, or like, I mean, that's another thing I've thought about. Some of those are, this is a 5,000 pound tow capacity. Hi, B. Jackson. Happy New Year's Eve from Bunny. I'm not sure where that is, but welcome to the live. Hi. Yeah, the 5,000 pound tow capacity for this. And so I've thought about finding something that's, you know, within that range, and then, you know, going up into the National Forest in Washington and work for the summer, and then down to somewhere warmer for the winter. And I could just do that. And that would be a way to avoid some of those laws. And I could work on saving up for land someday and get the bathhouse and the garden and the trees, but just, you know, to use that rhythm. So, oh, this just popped up. So ideally start with the land and go from there. Well, I'm not sure, because I'm Sage. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, it would be nice to get the land, because I feel like the price of land is going up. So if I was able to, like if I just had, I don't know, even if I just had $60,000 right now, I think I probably would spend half of it on land. And just to like do that, just to know it was there, I would probably do that. And then I would, well, it'd probably be smart to save some and invest some, but so let's say 20,000 on some land, 20,000 on some sort of tiny home, and then save and invest the other 20,000. But this is all in theory. I don't have that. So I don't know if it makes sense to start with the land or a tiny home first. I go back and forth with that. So I have time, because right now I'm just working on getting the bills paid. So first things first, step by step. Yeah. Hi, Marla said, do I ever travel to Idaho? Would love for you to stay at your property. Oh, okay. For a night or two. Okay. Yeah, that's great. In Idaho. Yeah, thank you for welcoming me. And did I lose my son? Seen some. So I've, yes, my first son passed away when he was 4 weeks old, from SID, sudden infant death syndrome. And 2.5 years later, I gave birth to another son that I have, who is 18 now and doing incredibly well. And I'm very blessed. Thank God. Shiloh's, we even had land picked out, ooh, and the tiny home we wanted, and then found out the city didn't allow it. Yeah, so that's the issue. Yeah. I know some areas are much better than others. The areas right now that do allow it, we don't like. Yeah, I know. So it's a process, and that's one of the things I'm working on, researching and gathering up information. And I think if I had a small enough tiny home to be able to pull, then I wouldn't be as worried about land, because I could just kind of move it. And I know that, you know, sometimes the laws are like you have to move it every 2 weeks, or you know, Tacoma, it's amazing that the street parking is every 6 months, but that's specifically in Tacoma, not it's pretty urban, and you can stay six months. But with a bigger house, I wouldn't want to purchase a larger size, like over 5,000 pounds, and not know where I was going to put it. And then I'm like, well, if I'm going to be 5,000, like, then why don't I just stay in my car? Like, why don't I just stay in here? Like, cause this is working really well. And so, I would also love to do some world travel. But my main thing right now is getting this car paid for. I'm still paying on the Toyota Corolla, so I just want to finish getting that paid for, and then and saving. So I feel like a lot of times with life, the way kind of unfolds as as it becomes clear as things progress. um yeah. Happy New Year, Em. All the best for a great year. Absolutely. Happy New Year. Yeah. Mellow Nomadic Adventure says Happy New Year to everyone in the chat. Woohoo. Awesome. Debbie, Happy New Year. Hi, Plants with Gigi. Yeah. Oh, you're in Florida, B. Jackson. Awesome. How's the weather in Florida? I heard it was cold. Although, okay, so it was 29 degrees when I woke up here this morning. 29. And the other morning it was snowing. I think that was and I looked at the weather and it didn't have snow, but I was like, I'm looking out the window and I have it on, I'm not sure I'll ever get around to editing it, but it's in the video of it was snowing. And I'm like, Georgia. But yeah, so I'm curious how the weather in Florida is. You're starting with land sage, pop a caravan on it, and then build the tiny home. Yeah, so what are the laws in Australia? Because you're in Australia, right? And like in terms of building. Oh, thank you, Melonomadic Adventures says, please hit the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Yeah. So Sage, I was reporting on the DoorDash goal, and I've made so far $563.10. So that's good. And that's numbers wise. So that's 38 hours of DoorDashing, being online, but only 24 hours active dashing time. So what that means, like, so I can be online, I can click dash now, but if there are no orders and it's slow, like Friday, I was online for a long time, but I wasn't getting a lot of orders. So that's where like the 38 hours of being online and available to take orders, but 24 hours were active out on a delivery. And so the breakdown is that $23 an hour for the active dash time. And it's a lot lower. It's $14 if you count like when I was just online. But sometimes I'll be, I'll run into the grocery store, I'll be doing other stuff in my car, and so I don't really count the just online time. It's more the active time, because then I'm on a delivery, I'm on a timeline, a time frame. So that's really what I count. So it's been $23 an hour. So that's not bad. What am I most excited for this 2024? I'm just excited for my YouTube community and you guys, and building this community, and just to keep moving forward in the direction that that my life is headed. And that's I think what I'm most excited for. Just keep building and building and building and building. And the monetization of the YouTube channel happened, I think it was October or November. I can't believe I don't remember. I think it was November. Oh gosh, that's embarrassing. I don't remember. I'd have to go back. Time is such a blur. Like sometimes I'll be like, where am I? Like I'll be driving and I'm like, where am I? Like something will remind me of something in like Washington, and it's like I just do like a wait, where am I? So sometimes things happen with time like that too. But yes, the keeping like building kind of the direction I'm going in the YouTube channel, and growing this channel, and having more opportunities to interact with you guys, and getting better at editing my videos, and getting more comfortable and consistently getting out content, and just adventure. That's where I see my life going. there are some health goals that I have. Somebody had mentioned if I had New Year's resolutions. I do want to cut down on coffee. That's a big one. So I'm planning on doing that. Yeah, cutting down on coffee. I love coffee, and I probably, but yeah, just cutting down on coffee. I don't know. I don't tend to set New Year's resolutions because I don't know why. I just feel like that's a long time to like, I just take things day by day by day. Um, so January 1st, 2024. I mean, I can look at the overview of a year. I can look at my life 5 years from now. I can look at my life 10 years now, and I do, and I set those goals, but the action of it is day to day to day. But I do want to make some dietary commitments, for this new year, and exercise, diet and exercise. So around that. Um, let's see. How about you guys? Do you have New Year's resolutions? How do you feel about the New Year's and New Year's resolutions? Kathy says, I admire your journey you're on and I cheer for you to reach your goal to get land. Thank you so much. The goal of land in a tiny home. Wish the best for you 2024. Stay safe and healthy. Happy New Year from Sweden. Thank you so much, Kathy. And Happy New Year to you as well. And I wish you all the best for 2024 and all your goals. Sage, you say it's much easier in Australia. Well, that's good to know. Yeah, I've thought about moving to another country, and but I think being a U.S. citizen, I'm not sure I'd be able to buy land, and I don't know how that works. Shiloh, you must head out to your parents' house for the Seahawks game. It was great to be here for the live. Love your channel. Thank you so much, Shiloh. Yeah. And the Seahawks. Okay, go Seahawks. Washington in the house. Yeah. It's been 40s low and about 65. Okay. In Florida, after a summer of 100s, it's been, that's true. Yes. Yeah. I know. I try to like check myself on the weather and not get like too complainy one way or the other. So where I was working on the farm, it was cold. Some of the nights it'd be like 19 degrees, 20, 21. It was cold. And yeah, I don't really want to do that. I know that. And I don't really like when it's really hot. Vehicle dwelling, like this summer. Washington doesn't get super hot anyway, but it was I would go up into the mountains. I spent a lot of time in the mountains, and where I was working, it was in the mountains, like the foothills, the Cascades, and then I would spend a lot of time in the shade and a lot of time swimming. So that was kind of how I kept cool. People have asked that, like, how do I keep cool in the summer? And then staying warm in the winter. Yeah, I just really bundled up at night, and I found that like wearing a hat and wearing a hoodie, or I had this thing called a balaclava that was like around my face, a sleeping bag. I have a down blanket, layers, that helped for the really cold nights. But I'm happy to be out of the extreme cold, and I'm not looking for, I don't really want extreme heat. So Hala, good afternoon. Yeah. Oh, don't worry, you're here. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you made it. Yeah, I'm happy you're here now as well. And KT says you prefer 6 months goals rather than New Year's resolutions. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like a New Year's resolution is really individual, and that sometimes people get caught up and they don't really tune in to themselves. I've been guilty of this, where it's like, oh, I'm just doing this because now's the time where I just say I'm going to make a change, and I don't take the time to really commit to it within myself. And without doing that, there's less likelihood of success. So, yeah, and those resolutions and commitments to ourselves can happen, at any time. I think it's nice to have the community support of this time and New Year's Eve and that's really nice to have. There's a lot of strength in that, and to say them out loud and share them with people can make it a little more real. But ultimately, it's something that we as individuals have to choose every day for ourselves, like sobriety. You know, that was very much like a decision that, you know, it's all the time. I mean, I don't struggle with maintaining sobriety. Like it doesn't appeal to me. Like I like who I am sober, and I don't want to change that. So, um, but in the beginning, it was a big commitment I made to myself, and I had to take it like hour to hour even. And yeah, so I think that's the danger in like taking the resolutions too lightly, I guess. But yeah. Yeah, so 6 months, this feels more reasonable. Trish, resolutions are not wasting food. Oh, your resolutions are not wasting food, using refillable coffee cups, no disposables, donating to animal shelters. Nice. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. The refillable coffee cup, like I don't even, I'm not even, I'm I think it's even in some videos where it's like I really try hard with that one, and I'm not very good at it. So good job. I support you in that, and I'm so curious to know how it's going. And if you have any tips for using like your refillable coffee cup and how you like get in a routine of that, I would be interested, because I have a couple reusable coffee mugs, and I do go order coffee, although I'm gonna be cutting down on coffee or not having it. But like tea, if I go have tea or chai tea, or I'm not sure exactly. But anyway, yeah. I don't like using those paper cups. It doesn't feel good. You're cutting down on coffee too, Sage? And you ordered some chicory. Yes, chicory is pretty decent. And I think chicory is a blood builder. So it's like, it's not a doctor, but it has good benefits. It's chicory root, and it's a good tonic for like blood building and cleansing. So that's cool. Yeah. Thank you for that reminder. I forgot about chicory. Grins, Scott. Yeah. You picked the wrong time to leave, since they're saying we're about to get our annual lake effect storm. You picked the wrong time. Oh, okay, wait. Wait, where are you again? Scott, oh, you said you were in Rochester. You picked the wrong time to leave, since they're saying we're about to get our annual lake effect storms and snow. That's a lot. Can't it like snow like 3 feet sometimes? Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, I'm not really interested in the snow. Part of taking down the Christmas tree was just like, you know, looking for somewhere a little, it'll snow till April. Yeah, yeah. And that probably makes driving hard to have like the snow on the ground, and that's just could be cumbersome. But yeah. What is everybody doing this evening? Anybody got any fun plans? My plans are door dashing. I'm just gonna be door dashing. So that'll be fun. And I don't know how late, because I think sometimes people can get a little crazy and driving. So I don't really know how late I want to be out and about, but there are some good promotions tonight, like plus $3 for delivery. So I want to take advantage of those. You have snow tires. They're mandatory in New York. Yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah, snow tires can be helpful. I mean, very helpful in the snow. But if it's, they can like cut down on your gas mileage unless there is snow on the ground, right? Don't they cut down on the... Hey, not me, welcome. You're staying out of trouble? Okay, good. Welcome to the live. Good to see you. Happy New Year's. Yeah, good. That's important, staying out of trouble. Yeah. I feel like, yeah. I don't know. I have a new light here. I'm excited to show you guys the new little corner of the pilot over here once the time comes. You're in Australia. Sage says, here in Australia, we had New Year's Eve last night. Oh, yeah, that's right, because it's Happy New Year Day. Yeah. So it's take it easy. Yes. Yeah, New Year's Day. I love New Year's Day. It has a Sunday feeling. Sometimes it's on Sunday, but not always. But New Year's Day always has a Sunday feeling that I just love. Um, Julie says, nothing planned here, but quiet evening at home. Nice. Hey, a quiet evening at home sounds amazing. That's a valuable, very enjoyable time. Yeah, quiet evening at home. I mean, the older I get, peace of mind is priceless. Scott, plans, you're relaxing, but you need to do some my YouTube Sunday update. Okay, cool. You have a YouTube, so your YouTube Sunday update. Do you have a channel? You said you were an author, right? And you have books under your name. B. Jackson says, me and the dog and watching oh yeah, fireworks, right? I forgot that there are fireworks. I saw, it was a couple days ago, but there were some fireworks that went off. I was doing a delivery, and I was like, "Whoa, there's some fireworks here in Atlanta." But I bet I'll see some more tonight. Yeah. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, not me. Yeah, I might make black-eyed peas. So a tradition I had growing up, we'd always have black-eyed peas, and my mom would say that on New Year's Day, eating one black-eyed pea for every day, so like 365 peas for like a year of good luck. So I usually make black-eyed peas, so I might make black-eyed peas tomorrow. I don't know. Do you guys have like foods you eat for the new year? Anybody have any like food that you eat? The best thing to do is you age. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, quiet time, peace of mind. Yeah. It's so valuable. Most of your videos are about writing, but I tend to do a general life update. Your channel doesn't get watched much, but I'm enjoying making them. Yeah, I mean that's the important part, is that you enjoy making the videos, and yeah, so keep at it. That's awesome. You're making black-eyed peas, cornbread, and greens. Nice. Buster the Cockatoo, welcome to the channel. You're a new name. I haven't seen you. Welcome to the live. Nice. That sounds amazing, actually. All of that. Black-eyed peas, cornbread, and greens. I don't eat gluten, but I know that there's some really good gluten-free cornbread. I think it's called Krusteaz or something. Makes a really good gluten-free cornbread. So that sounds good. And greens. Marion, your hubby and you'll play some board games or card games. Yeah, I was thinking I have an idea for a game I want to play. I know which game, but I've just been, I wanted, I can tell my nerves are a little like frayed, like a little like, so I wanted to not take on too much. I really just wanted to I want to spend some time with you guys and just interact on the live. And, but I do have I don't know when I'll go live next. Probably not, it won't be too long, but I have a game because I love playing board games and just different games. So that's fun. That sounds like fun. Yeah. I really enjoy it. And so I know the game that I want to play with you guys, and I think it'll be fun. But I'd have to like do some preparation, and with all the time driving, it can be kind of tiring. And then I'll drink a lot of coffee and then it takes a while to like settle down. So I don't think I'm getting as much sleep either, but yeah. Ms. J said, you don't make resolutions, but you do set goals. Yes, and set up habits and the time to get them done. Nice. I like the way you put that. You set up habits and then the time to get them done. Career goal, bring 1,500 plus additional income. Personal, continue saving for sabbatical. Health, lose 10% body fat. Nice. Nice. You got this. And yeah. It's good to know what you guys are interested in, what your goals are, because you guys support me with my goals, and I like knowing what yours are, so we can like help just check in. And that's, you know, that's the nice thing about community. We can help keep each other focused. I know that having this channel is helping keep me focused on my goals that I have, and you know, even with like the DoorDash challenge, for example, I'm like, I've put it out there. Like I'm not, you know, I might be tempted to go like down by the river and open up the back and relax at the park all day. But I'm like, no, this is 10 days. And I've said this, like, until I make that $1,000, I'm not taking more than like a little break. Like I'm just not, because I've put that out there to you guys. I've gotten all this encouragement from you guys, and I'm gonna do it. So I think there's a lot of beauty in the support that we can offer each other with our goals. So nice. You have a bird channel, Buster the Cockatoo, but you love van and car life people. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, welcome here. I'll check out your channel, Buster the Cockatoo. That's cool. I like birds. I love birds, and been really into birds recently, like the past year. It's not the tattoo that I want to get, this next one that's coming up, the little one, but I do want to get a swan tattoo. I think there's one video where I like Sharpied it on my arm, and I want to get that at some point. I love swans. Swans, like, they've been really speaking to me. Swans, and this summer I saw a lot of eagles, and I was using that analogy a lot, like with my son, and kind of eagles, I guess, when they're teaching their young how to fly, they don't like push them out of the nest. Some birds do, but eagles, the parent eagles go further and further away from the nest, and they come visit less frequently. They bring food less frequently, so it encourages the eaglet to seek its own food and to get out of the nest little by little. And so they're around, but they're just not in there. And so that was kind of like this summer where I was like near Tacoma, but I wasn't in Tacoma, and I felt like the eagle, like an eagle parent, like like, I'm here, but you got to do it yourself. you gotta build your independence and do it yourself. I can't do it for you, but I'm also not gonna like push you out. Yeah, so that's cool. Yeah, birds are awesome. And song, like hearing the morning birds, like waking up and hearing birds in the morning, oh, I love it. Sage, you're having a vegetable bake tonight. Wow, that sounds tasty. Does it have cheese? For some reason, when I hear bake, I think of cheese, or cake, but broccoli, cauliflower, carrot, potato, yum. Yeah, yum, yum. I like all those things. Carrots and potatoes, those are one things I'd like to grow someday. Hala, New Year's Day has always been associated with Chinese food for me because they're definitely open here. Oh, okay, cool, nice. That sounds good. Trish, peace of mind is priceless. Make that a sign, a t-shirt. Yes, a t-shirt. Also, that Black Eyed Peas story for New Year's will be a good children's book. Yeah, I do want to write. I actually, where is it? Oh, it's back here. I haven't looked at it in a while, but it's in, oh no, it's in, I think it's in, I have a book that I write in sometimes, another book, because there's this one that we used. Look, remember we played the game last time, and then when I was taking the tape off it, so I have to do some sort of like decoupage over here to cover this up, but then but I did start writing a children's book. But yeah, that's cool. I'd like to do a children's series. Actually, I'd like to do a children's series and have it, yeah. I don't know how much I want to talk about it, but I have some ideas for a children's series, and I know who like the main character. Yeah, but thank you. That's a cool idea, Trish. Marian Weber, you've been busy, so games can be later. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for understanding that. I mean, yeah, I love playing games. I want to keep doing that, and I'd like to introduce new games and stuff like that. But yeah, this has been a really busy time. You have to go 10 p.m. over here, just relaxing for New Year's Eve. Love the fireworks, but they scare your cats. Again, Happy New Year. See you on your channel 2024. Yes. Happy New Year's, Kathy, and enjoy. So are the fireworks, they're about to go off probably. Enjoy the fireworks. Say hi to your cats. I love cats. And see you in 2024, and Happy New Year to you too. Thank you. I do have merch available, B Jackson. Yeah, so there's a link. I just added a link not too long ago on my channel. If you go like on the main homepage, there I learned how to attach links. And so I think you can just click on it, and it's under it's a spring store. Yeah, and I'm so curious for people that check out the merch channel, and let me know what you think of just like the store, I guess. The storefront, what it looks like. I don't have a computer, so it's all from my phone. So I don't know like what it would look like on a computer. I should probably go to a library and sign in and view it from that. But I just haven't had the time. I haven't done that yet, so I will do that at some point, but and I would like to get a laptop at some point, but I just don't have that right now. So I'm curious if you guys do check that out. Let me know what you think, and if anybody orders anything, please let me know what you think as well, because I want that to be, I want you guys to be happy if you're buying things from that merch store. I want it to be like a nice quality product. That's important to me, so I'm happy to like upgrade anything that would need it. I don't know at this point, so yeah. Sage, your goal is to get away more in your van with your dog. Yes, it's a little van, not much bigger than your Pilot. Yeah, I mean, it's I feel like somebody asked last live about their I think it was a Kia Sorento, and you know what to do to get ready. And I mean, if you have a comfortable place to sleep, I feel like that's like the main thing. So I mean, it would be nice to be able to stand up, but I can sit up pretty straight. I'm sitting cross-legged right now, and I mean, I could probably sit up a little straighter, I mean, there's room, and I can lean back, and this length is plenty to sleep. I mean, I'm a little close to the edge for my arm here, but like it goes way up that way. So yeah, having a comfortable place to sleep is like the main thing. Changing clothes can be a little bit tricky, and that was one reason I got that privacy curtain thing situated. But there's ways around that too. Just bringing a backpack with a change of clothes into a public bathroom, or just like change laying down, that works too. Ms. J said, for tonight, going to see friends, tomorrow work on January calendar, practicing your Spanish and my meetup group, and hang with my daughter. Nice, that sounds like some fun stuff. Oh, how was the other night? You said you were going to see The Color Purple, and I forget the other part of that. It was Christmas, I think, when I was live. So that sounds like fun. You're doing some fun stuff. Julie, good for you to work on the $1,000 goal. Helps to have some way to stay accountable. Yes, I set little goals for myself each day. Helps keep me motivated. Nice. Yeah, little goals help. Little goals add up to big goals. And I think if there is a big goal, breaking it down into little goals is how to get there. You know, it's land in a tiny home is like, feels like a very big goal. I mean, it's one that when I was like 12, 13, I was like, that's what I want to do. I actually wanted to build a hobbit hole, and then I wanted to live in a tree house for a while. So it's always been kind of a small alternative dwelling, but on some land, like in the woods. And I just put it off because it felt so big, it was unattainable, and it was like, I'll do that someday, I'll do that someday. And it wasn't until resigning from my job and all that went down that I was like, wait a minute, what do I really want to do? That's what I've been wanting to do. So let me come back to that and yeah, break it down into littler goals. So they add up. They add up, the little goals. They just keep moving forward. They add up. Oh, definitely with lots of, okay, good. The casserole's got lots of cheese. Nice, nice. What kind of cheese? I do love some cheese. I just love food, period. Buster the Cockatoo, I think it's because I have driving anxiety, so watching people travel brings me joy. Swans are elegant. I enjoy your channel and your vibe. Rooting for you to meet your life goals. Here's to 2024. Nice. Thank you for that. Thank you. Yes, here's to 2024. Thank you for rooting me on to meet my life goals. I really appreciate that. And yeah, driving anxiety is hard. I do a lot of driving, so thanks for being part of the channel. You'll get to see me do lots of driving. And yeah, I love swans. Swans are elegant and fierce, and I like what they have a message of grace, and I like that. During that time that I always talk about, 2019, I was really for a while I was kind of angry. I had some anger around just like the way, just, I felt a little discouraged because I actually had a really successful teaching career, and I was promoted into my position, and the school district created the coaching position for me because they wanted to keep me, um, and I was going to move to a different position because I would have been paid more money because of my certificate and degree level. But they created this other, like, it was like I was very successful. And then because of something that happened outside of school hours, like during the summer, no harm to anybody except myself, I lost that, I was asked to go on administrative leave or resign, and I chose to resign. And it all ended up working out, and so I probably could have kept that. But I don't know that I would have wanted to continue, just because of my own kind of embarrassment. And I was angry because it's like, our society tells you go to school and get these advanced degrees and do this, and then I felt like I was succeeding in that, and because of something in my personal life that had no impact on that, I lost that opportunity, and I was angry. But swans, kind of like, I tuned into them during that time, and grace, and I just kept telling myself, I really went in and focused on just learning to love myself. And part of that was, how will I show up through this situation? And it's by being as graceful as possible. And so swans represent that to me, like grace, being graceful in the face of adversity and conflict, being able to maintain grace. So yeah, swans, there's a lot of meaning. So, and one thing I learned about that I kept telling myself, it's like, I can lose my ability to use my degree, I can lose my, salary that I was making, all these things, these worldly things, but nobody can come for my joy. Nobody can come for my peace of mind. I have total control over my thoughts, like what I think, what I choose to think, how I choose to look at a situation, how I choose to look at it. That's totally up to me. And that was really empowering to realize that no matter what's taken away from me, I have a choice how I look at it, and nobody can steal my joy. So that's why I always, like, I choose joy, or because nobody could take your joy. Like, I mean, you don't have to grant people the power to be able to disrupt your joy. That's what I learned. I don't have to grant anybody the power to steal my joy, to take my joy from me. That's up to me. And yes, we're in hard times, we're in hard situations. There's but, and so that's where peace of mind and slowing down and making choices that I feel really good about myself, those are all investing in my joy and in my peace of mind. And that's what I have to work with, because we never know what we're going to lose at any time. I mean, I didn't expect to lose my career or resign or have that whole thing happen. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Encouragement through words and music. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah. And I didn't expect to lose my first son. I think that we all go through things that we don't expect, sudden loss, sudden hardship, and things like that. Nobody plans for that. Nobody plans for a hard time or a challenge, but they come up, and the details look a little different, but it all, it all requires us to go through the challenge. And yeah, so that's what I kept telling myself, like, nobody can come for my joy. No matter what it looks like on the outside, like, it's, you know, I've got me. So, um, peace of mind. I think that was in response to a comment about peace of mind. Yeah. Um, Let me see. Oh, the cheese, lots of cheese. Oh, the driving, the anxiety. Swans, that's what it was. Swans. Yeah, swans are elegant. Yes. Oh, cool, Miss J. Accountability partner. Thanks. Awesome. That's cool. Yeah. Well, I'm happy to support you on your goals, and anybody else here that wants to put their goals out. I might have to like write down what everybody's are so I can remember. But yeah. Did I see my son and Meowsers? I did not. I did call my son and we talked for a while. So that was nice. And Meowsers, I see my Meowsers on FaceTime. And yeah, so I actually have a funny picture of her because she got mad. Like she heard my voice and she got mad, and her face is like, she looks sad and mad at the same time. But she's bonding with my son. So yeah, I miss them both though. Happy New Year, Jim. Happy New Year. Thank you, Jim. Oh, you hope 2024 is my best year ever. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. I hope 2024 is your best year ever as well. I appreciate that. Yeah. And Sage, yes, it's set up like my car, bed one side and cooking area and storage on the other. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, yes, that's awesome. The bed on one side, cooking area and storage on the other. Yeah. Yeah, I'm so curious. I wanted, you're going to go on some adventures soon, it sounds like, and take some adventures. So I'd love to know how those are going. Wishing you the best for the new year. This is Sherry Brandt. Hi, Sherry. Welcome. I don't think I've seen your name in the chat yet. You're hoping to do some car camping in 2024? Awesome. And you enjoy my videos and hints. Happy New Year. Thank you so much. I'm glad I can be helpful with the videos and the hints. And I wish you the best for the new year. And I hope that you do some car camping. It's fun. And I'll keep making videos, so hopefully I can help keep sharing ideas. Scott, is figuring out your sleeping area was the first thing. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, when I had the van, that was like easy. Then the Corolla was tricky. And I actually took a 6-week road trip and slept in the back seat of my car. And I just curled up. And I didn't have tints on the windows. I was just curled up in the back seat. And I was like, it wasn't very comfortable. I think I need some water. Yeah, it wasn't comfortable at all. But I made it work because I was determined to go on a little adventure. But then I realized I could take that, the seats folded down. But even with the seats folding down, there wasn't a lot of room for my legs to go. And so it wasn't until taking the seats out that I felt like I could sleep comfortably. But to be honest, it was hard. It took getting used to because it was hard to turn over. And I guess I like to sleep on my side. And it was hard to have room to sleep on my side with the way it was. So I love this Honda Pilot is a nice combination of being able to sleep comfortably and then also being stealthy. Like it's, the Corolla, you could look at the Corolla and even with the dark tints, I mean, it was very stealth because it was like, nobody's going to be sleeping in there. That car's tiny. Like, and, that was nice. That felt like I could park anywhere and nobody would assume that there would be somebody in there. I think that's the benefit about like living in a car. An SUV, they're a little bigger, and depending on the size, I think that, you know, it can cross like people's minds, like there might be somebody in there, but generally that it's SUV just kind of blends in. So, yeah, I do have a good setup that works for me. Yeah, I'm going to go back and, hey, Douglas. Nice. Let me scroll back here. Yes, figuring out a sleeping area, and you slept in the back of your Neon. Oh yeah, that's a small car, right? Like a Dodge Neon. Yeah, it wasn't comfortable. Your Rogue has tons of space. Yes, a Rogue. Because that's an SUV, right? The Nissan Rogue. That's awesome. Nice. Yeah. Crazy Cali prepper. You'd love to live in the woods. Love nature. Nice. Yes, I would love. I mean, I daydream. I daydream about just living next to a stream in the woods. I mean, that's where I go in my mind. And yeah. And sometimes I'm like crocheting by the wood stove, and sometimes I'm going and feeding the goats, and sometimes I'm sitting around a campfire with other people. And I mean, I just daydream. That's my happy place. So someday. Yeah, hi Douglas, how Rowan, how's the Dash Challenge going? Well, it's going well. I'm on day 5, and so I'm probably, well, I'm enjoying the live, and I know it's slow. 3, okay, yeah, I'm keeping my half an eye on the time, but because I want to get going, and not too long. And back to it, I did make $80 today, and I made a total of $563. And we're in the middle of day 5. So I'm more than halfway to the $1,000, and I'm not quite halfway done yet. So I'm over the halfway point with the money, but under the time. So it's going well. Yesterday was very slow, and it was discouraging because it was so slow. And if there's days like that, I won't be able to make the challenge. So then, not yesterday, the day before, Friday was really slow. So yesterday was better, and I DoorDashed this morning, and I made about $80, and so I'm off to a good start. And so I should be able to make another 100 or so tonight, you know, for another 4 or 5 hours, and then yeah, and then tomorrow should be okay too, New Year's Day. There will be a lot of places closed, but there'll also be a lot of people at home, I think, that don't want to go anywhere and would be happy to order food. So, and then I'm hoping that I can get close enough to the 1,000 to just like coast through the last. Tomorrow will be day 6, so 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm hoping that I can just coast through those and have to only make, I don't know, $300 or so. That's kind of my goal. So I'm at 563. So if between today and tomorrow, I can get around or over 700, I should be good. Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll be a busy day tomorrow too, Hala. Oh, thank you, Trish. Trish said, you're really so inspiring. Thank you. I help you. I'm glad to hear that, Trish. You guys all help me too. You really do. Miss J, good memory. My daughter had to work, so we had to reschedule tomorrow to go see. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Well, enjoy. I hope you guys have fun. Douglas says, hi, everyone in the chat. Nice. I love when you guys interact in the chat together too. Grace, yes. I think that popped up. I was talking about nobody could nobody can come for our joy. I think I was saying that. I saw that pop up, and that's so true. Lee, New Zealand, that's so cool to hear, Rowan. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. Yeah. That's mental health is really, it's important. I have hard times for sure. But I try to allow myself to have hard times. Not like stay stuck, but allow myself. If I'm feeling sad or feeling down or feeling, I mean, grief comes in waves, loss. And there's no time limit for grief. I mean, the grief, it could be a recent grief, it could be a long time ago grief, and it can be grief that we don't even know where it comes from. And it's okay to just feel it and allow ourselves to feel it, because in that there's at least the joy of being with ourselves in the moment, whatever that looks like. At least there's joy in that, of being with ourselves and spending time honoring what we're going through, so that at least there's that. And even if it's like, sad, there's a certain joy of honoring ourselves and allowing ourselves to go through and process things. Yeah. So yeah, it's not always going to be happy, but that's okay. That's not life. I don't know that I would want to always be happy in life. I mean, I love like, the experience of life and that what it is. So, um thanks again, Kathy. I'm looking at the $5 super chat. Encouragement through words and music. Thank you so much. Miss J saying, "Hey Douglas, nice. Flocka, do I ever get lonely?" I do sometimes. I really enjoy solitude. Um, so I don't think I get lonely as much as some people for the amount of time I spend alone. I mean, I talk on the phone, and I have you guys. And when I'm door dashing, I interact at the stores. And once in a while, there's people that I see like in real life, but I mean, it's rare. And I really enjoy, um, I have some good people in my life. And, so that I don't feel like I need to always be around people to feel a sense of community. So I don't really ever feel alone, if that makes sense. Um, because I have a sense of community. And some of that is YouTube community, some of that is vehicle dwelling community. Some of that is community, like when my son was little and people that I knew, we had like a community of parents of young kids like that. Some of people I knew, I'm still in contact with them. There's just we develop through life. I've developed, kind of a sense of community, and I feel like that's with me all the time, even if I don't interact with those people or share physical space. Like I feel like, so I don't ever really feel alone all the way, and I enjoy solitude. So, and because that in solitude, I'm really determined. I'm on a path of building towards my goal of land in a tiny home. And whether it's door dashing, whether it's creating content, um, whether it's, you know, um, reducing like living more simply so that I can reduce financially to be able to save more. I'm so determined. Um, and that kind of keeps me focused. So I don't yeah, I don't get lonely too often. Um, I do think that it's nice to like, I would love to sit around a campfire with some people. I would love to do that. That's something that I think would be really fun. And I think sometime down the road, I'm not quite ready to host a meetup, but I think that at some point it would be, um, I would like to do that at some point. Do some meetups, like host them. And it would be like, and I think what it would be fun to do is go wild crafting and foraging for edibles in the air, not edibles. Well, edible plants, but also like tea. So like different plants that grow and like learn the beneficial things for the Hi Millie. Happy New Year. Welcome. I'm just seeing these comments pop up. I missed a bunch, but I'm gonna go back. But like white pine needles, for example, they have vitamin C. You can make tea out of them, or different berries. And I think it would be fun to like have a meetup. I have a vision of having meetups, and we go kind of for a walk, and then we'll make tea. And I think that would be fun to do at some point. But that's down the road. So yeah, I'm not in. I don't get lonely too much, I guess, is the quick answer after the long answer. Yeah. I think some of that is learning self-love too, like really enjoying, like not feeling like I'm empty. I think in the past I did feel lonely because I felt empty, like I felt like I wasn't complete in myself. Um, so I think it's beautiful to share like companionship with someone. I think that I would love that, but it's not like I'm needing that because I don't feel like I'm lacking on my own. I feel whole in myself. And I have a I I have a strong relationship with God, and that to me offers me a lot of strength and company. Even when I don't feel a sense of community, I have that. I have God. Let's see. That was Flocka asked if I get lonely. Jim Seal, thank you. Julie, you're so right. We all have troubles and challenge. We all have, yes. We can let them defeat us or help us to grow and become stronger. Absolutely. And some people share their challenges and troubles and some people don't. And so you never know what somebody is going through or what they've gone through. But one thing is that we all go through challenges and we all have troubles, and we might not think it's a challenge from where we're standing and stuff we have, or we might look at somebody else and think, oh my gosh, I don't know how they're getting through that. But it's not our path to walk. That's their path. That's you know, I have my own. I trust that my life is unfolding with the experiences that are meant to help teach me to grow. So I don't think, you know, it's not my job to compare my life to somebody else's and my challenges, but to be aware and sensitive to the fact that we all experience challenge and we all experience grief and loss. And, you know, I think we're all human and we all experience life as a human with all the emotions and feelings and experiences. And that's a commonality that we have. Yeah. Hi, Eric. Hi. The high heel emoji. That's funny. I don't wear high heels a lot. There was a time I had a pair of red high heels though. It was a while ago, but yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that emoji. Kita, hi Rowan, Happy New Year's. Hi Kita, Happy New Year's to you too. Welcome. I'm glad you're joining the live. Wayne, Happy New Year. What's my time? Happy New Year to you too, Wayne. What is my time? It's, well, your chat, it says 4:24 p.m. So I think, oh, for DoorDash? Like, what's my time or what time is it where I am? I'm in Atlanta. And so I think probably now, maybe it's around 4:40 if I had to guess. I can't see on my phone while the live is going, but, I think that's probably the time, if that's what you meant. Yeah. You froze in Utah in March. Oh, yeah, that sounds cold. Utah, I know, can get very cold. In March, it's like on the cusp of spring, but it's not warm yet. I do have a good setup in my car. I love it. Yeah. Yep. An SUV. Yes. The, what car? Not the Sorento. You were just saying a Nissan, Rogue, I think you said. You think tomorrow will be a busy day for DoorDash? I hope so. Yes, I hope so. Thursday, you sat for 45 minutes with DoorDash. Ugh. From 4 to 5? And you had both apps open? That's hard. Yeah, it's discouraging. Those are the moments where it's hard to, for me, sometimes I get discouraged. I'll just go offline. I'll just go offline and think about something else because, yeah, it can be very discouraging. And I start to, you know, get kind of down. So if I have to wait that long, or I'll start to do something else. And then like inevitably, as soon as I decide to go do something else, like I'm like, oh, I'll go to the grocery store and get food. As soon as I walk in the grocery store, I'll get an order. That always seems to happen. Buster the Cockatoo says, I had to pause, so I'm just catching up. I agree with you 100% on your joy. Yes. Choosing joy. Yeah, the way we think, that's up to us. Nobody can change, like, nobody can take the way you think away from you. Nobody can take that away from you. Do I find it hard to DoorDash at dark? I do. I've got my new glasses. So these are reading glasses. And then I have my distance glasses. And these have helped a lot. So I get really tired. My eyes get tired and I get more tired DoorDashing at night. And then trying to see like the numbers on the mailboxes or apartment buildings. Sometimes it's really hard. So I don't really like to DoorDash at night, but it's worth it. Like on the weekends I will, because it's worth it for the money. And that's how like before like this past year when I was full-time DoorDashing in Tacoma, that was the rhythm that I set up. I would DoorDash from like 7:30 till about 5, and then on the weekends, Friday night, Saturday night, I would DoorDash until I got tired, and so then I was, you know, it was dark out. And that was a nice balance. So I will do it, but I don't love to do it. Douglas is saying, hi, Ms. J. Sage, solitude is amazing, and the older I get, the more I love it. Yes. Yeah. Yep. I think there's joy in company and there's joy in solitude, and I think it's nice to have a balance of both. Wayne says, Happy New Year. What's the time there? Yeah, it's 4:30. Well, your comment came at 4:33. I think it's 4:50. Millie, Happy New Year. Douglas says, hey, Sage. Hey, Douglas. This is Sage. Buster, you have to get going. Parrot duty. Oh, wow, you have a parrot. And I bet you have a cockatoo, too, because that's your name, Buster the cockatoo. Parrot duty calls. Awesome. That's cool. Does your parrot say anything? You might have already left the chat, but thank you. I will be safe out there. Cha-cha heels. Oh, cha-cha, like cha-cha. Yes. Miss J says, I love a meetup to go wildcrafting. I've been using herbal teas to help with my eczema, so I hope you're willing in 2024. And if not, no, your community is here to support and not pressure. Thank you. That means a lot. Yeah, no, I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, it might be. I don't know. I just really kind of live in the moment with some stuff. But yeah, thank you for being supportive and here. I've also, well, yeah, I'm thinking about possibly opening a Patreon, and that maybe in opening the Patreon, I might go live and do stuff like that live on the Patreon, like wildcraft, like going for nature walks. That's something I've thought about doing. I don't know if anybody would be interested in that, but it would be a smaller with like a more intimate, and there could be more questions about like the wild plants and stuff. I've thought about doing that. That's another avenue. Yeah, they send low pay orders for high mileage. Yeah. Wayne says, I think you may just make the $1,000 mark. I think so too, Wayne. Yeah, it's been really exciting watching you. You sound like you practice mindfulness. Yes. Yeah. I try to walk through my day. Like I try to go slowly enough through my day that I'm able to always kind of be in the moment. Which is why sometimes DoorDashing the long hours, it's hard. It's like, you know, it's like staying kind of like when there's like the traffic and the being aware of everything. It can be exhausting. But I think often we feel like we have to rush because our happiness is like just around the corner or just around the corner. And so we end up rushing and rushing rather than realizing that our happiness and it's, there is no just around the corner. Like we're never, you know, like we're always here at this time. So yeah, it's, I try to walk through life like that. Like technically there is no future. That's kind of like, I mean, we can plan our actions in the moment to lead towards a certain goal, like we're building, but like, yeah. Is traffic worse in Atlanta versus SeaTac? It's different. No, Seattle's there's more traffic, and it's more, it's more congested, like building wise. Atlanta's pretty spread out for a city, which is kind of nice. And then there are, I guess like Seattle has Bellevue, and there's different like city centers with tall buildings and stuff. But I think it's Buckhead, and then it looks like a whole other city. Around here, I've noticed. I'll be like, oh, it's Atlanta, and I'm like, no, that's like a whole other area. So it's just more spread out. There's traffic, but it's not, I haven't had to sit in traffic the way I do sometimes driving downtown Seattle. Night dashing is horrible, especially when it gets dark at 4:30. Yep. Yeah, the shorter days can make door dashing harder because it's like more driving at night, which it just feels different. Happy New Year, everyone, and hope you have a good DoorDash evening. Rowan, see you again soon. Thank you, Marianne. Yeah. Happy New Year to you as well, and I hope you have a good evening. Douglas says, yes, Scott. Let's see, what did Scott say? Oh, night dashing. Crazy Callie Prepper says, I have been through grief and loss, but I have always put God first in my life, and that's what helped me. Amen. Absolutely. That's helped me as well. Yeah, I think part of our life is experiencing grief and loss. So it's not one or the other. So, yeah. Douglas said, yes, that would be good to arrange future meetups. Patreon is a good idea. Thank you, Douglas. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking about that. Would other people in the chat be interested in that? Patreon? I don't know. I've just thought about it. I know my channel is really not like huge, but it would be nice maybe to have some way. And also sometimes I like to take pictures throughout my day. I like photography, like just little things, like I'll wake up and like make coffee, or like the view out the window or something like that. And I think that I want to share it, but I don't always want to share it on my YouTube channel. And so I was thinking if I had like a smaller channel, that might be a way, like a Patreon, that could be a smaller place to share some stuff like that. Happy New Year. Velverlin, I love that name, Velverlin Jones. Happy New Year to you as well. Green screen only, 143 to everything. 1 green screen. Be safe. Happy New Year. Yes, Happy New Year to you as well. Be safe as well. Yeah. I'm noticing the light is changing, so I should probably get DoorDashing. I want to keep going on my challenge. I would like to post more. I have not done a lot of videoing today. Oh, yeah, I could post pictures of the tiny homes. I could. That's true. I could do that. Yep. Yeah. I don't know that I'll post another video. I plan maybe a compilation of like, here are days 3 through 8 or whatever, or 3 through 6. Yeah, I think I'll do like a compilation, kind of a quick video once I get through today and tomorrow. I really just want to focus. So I don't know how much vlogging I'm going to be doing today and tomorrow, just because I can tell I'm getting like kind of run down. So it's like, I just want to be safe driving around. That's kind of my priority. But I do have a lot of footage that I started to edit this morning, so I might do a compilation video and then like a longer one for like the day of meeting the goal. Because I think I can do it. So yeah, I'm glad you guys are enjoying those and the challenge and everything. And thanks again for all the encouragement. Yeah, thanks, Sage. I'm glad you enjoyed the live. I'm glad you could make it. Isn't it like the middle of the night where you are or something? Because it's Australia, so thanks for joining the live. Yeah. Ko-fi is another option. Use it for writing since people can give what they want compared to the tiers on Patreon. Okay, yeah, I haven't heard of that, but I can I'll look into it and just see. It's all a learning curve for me because it's technology stuff, and I'm such a hands-on person. Like like I can build stuff with my hands, I can crochet, I can cook, but when it comes to like buttons and electronics, but I'm learning because I love this. I love YouTube and the community that we're building here. And so it's worth it to me to learn, and I can learn these technologies. Wayne, what are my plans for travel in 2024? Will you be heading south? It sounds like you've come from the north. I did come from the north, so I do feel like I'm south. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure of my travel plans. I know that it would be nice to experience a really warm beach at some point, and some point relatively soon. but I'm just kind of trying to stay focused on making money at this point, and it seems like Atlanta's a good place to do that. But after the 10-day challenge, I'll probably I just don't know which direction, but I'll probably move on from this area. I'm not 100% sure which direction at this point. So yeah. And in terms of other travel plans, um yeah, I mean, at some point I'd like to check in, with Washington and my son there, and that's kind of like home base, so it'd be good to like visit my cat, maybe pick up my cat and bring my cat with me. I'm not sure. I'm enjoying the freedom of not planning things out too much. Yeah, holla. Good night, everyone. Happy and safe New Year's to everyone. Hoping each of us finds our peace in 2024 and continues to thrive. Yes, thank you, holla. Good night to you as well. And happy and safe New Year's to you, holla. Yes, absolutely. Amen to that. I second it. Hoping each of us finds our peace in 2024 and continues to thrive. I agree. Thanks for joining the live. And Sage says early New Year's Day morning. Okay, yeah, you've had about 3 hours sleep. And then a very easy day. Okay, well, that's not, yeah. Okay, so you can like snooze throughout the day maybe. I like those days sometimes where I'm tired, but I don't have to go anywhere. And I don't nap very easily during the day, but once in a while, if I'm tired enough, if I don't have plans and I could just nap, I actually love that feeling. Yes, Douglas, Atlanta is beautiful at night. I know. I have to be careful because like I keep wanting to like pull out my camera. So I like have the directions of the dash of like where I'm going, and I'll like go around a corner on a highway and I'm like, whoa, I want to share this view with you guys. So I have to like I shouldn't even like, so I'll just like, it's just doing too much. Basically, it's not always safe. So I am not always able to vlog. But I did get, I'll keep doing my best. That's what I can offer you guys, is doing my best with the vlogging. Yeah. Atlanta's beautiful at night. Patreon takes more of the percentage of donations. Okay. I don't know much about it. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little research. Yeah, thank you, Trish. Have a great night as well. Yeah, thanks for joining the live. Yep. Patreon takes 8%. Ko-fi does 0, except under certain circumstances. Beautiful. Yeah, that was a beautiful thing that Hala said. So, yeah, I'll look into it and see. But, I'm more interested to know if you guys would be interested in something like that. And, I guess I could just figure out. Some of it, too, is like which platform is easiest for me to navigate. Being the one that's gonna like post and do stuff, like I'll have to figure out which one is kind of like easiest for me to work with. So I don't know if there's a way to do that before like linking it, and that might be part of it too. But thank you. It's good to know about all the different options that are out there. So I am gonna get door dashing. Yeah, true. Yep, that's true, Douglas. I am gonna get oh, Aurora. Hi, welcome, Aurora. I don't think I've seen your name in the chat. Feliz Año Nuevo from Monterrey, Mexico. Welcome. Happy New Year to you as well. I enjoy my videos very much. You enjoy my videos very much, and I'm doing... Oh, thank you. You think I'm doing very well. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, Happy New Year to you as well. Yeah, and thanks for joining. I'm just ending the live, but I'm glad that you made it to come on and say Happy New Year. Yeah, thank you. Have a great day. You'll be snoozing and relaxing. Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna be door dashing for 4 or 5 hours. So, yep, that's what I'm about to do. Truth about the platform. Yeah, it's a lot of it is figuring out how to like navigate. Which fortunately I've gotten okay at with YouTube. It feels pretty good to be able to like, yeah. But I'll get it. I'll learn, because I enjoy it. When there's something I want to do, I enjoy the learning process. Thank you, Douglas. Yeah, so happy New Year to everyone, and whatever kind of goals you're setting for this new year, it'll be good to we can keep each other check in and share and support each other with those goals. And I hope everybody is really safe tonight, whatever you're doing, wherever you are, that the year shifts over, you know, and we're all just in a series of moments that are, you know, they build our lives, a series of moments. So I think it's a good time to set goals, and but any time can be a good time to set goals as well. So yeah, everybody be safe, and here's to like new starts, new beginnings, and have fun, whatever you do. You wish there was a way I could take you guys dashing. I know, I thought of doing that, a live, maybe on the $1,000, maybe I'll do a live for when I'm about to hit $1,000. Maybe I can try to do that. I'll get close and I'll be like, all right guys, like this evening, dinner time, I'm going live. I have an iPad, so it's possible I could try to do that, like the DoorDash and yeah, I might be able to do that. That would be fun. If you guys would like that, I could try to do that, like do a live for the end of my challenge, like door dashing. It'd have to be in the daytime though. I wouldn't want to be doing that at night. Catherine says, Happy New Year, 2 hours and 5 minutes away. Just popped on, so I'll catch up later. Oh, thank you. Hi, I'm glad you popped in and said Happy New Year. It's good to see you. Yeah. Thanks, Wayne. Yep, good to see you guys too. Thank you everybody that joined the chat, and to everybody watching, whether it's currently or in the future, I wish you all the best for 2024, and I'll see y'all soon. Yeah. All right, take care. Be well, guys.